Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brandon.
I'm Vadim.
And today we're both going to discuss the first things you should do in Nagios XI.
We're going to keep this sweet and short, so let's get started. One of the first things you should do when getting XI started for the first time is setting up email notifications.
This is easily one of the more important things to get knocked out right away so that you can start adding in hosts without having to worry about why you're not getting notified of a system having an issue down the road.
Here's how you do that. From the home dashboard, you could either go to the search feature on the top and type in email settings, or you could go to admin on the left side, click on system config, and under system config, you'll find email settings. Here you'll find an outbound and an inbound tab. You could cycle between each. We're only going to focus on the outbound today. For the send from email, you want to enter in the email that you're going to send from. Note that you need to have the username and password for this email. In my example, I'll be using Gmail. I'll use SMTP with basic auth. You have the option to enable logging and debugging. I will enable debugging for this example. For the SMTP settings, for the host, I need to use smtp.gmail.com. Depending on what you're using, you might need a different host. A quick Google search will help you find the correct host that you need to use, as well as the port number. In my case, it's 587. My username will be the email that I'm going to be using to log into. In my example, it's nagiostester21@gmail.com. I will enter in the password. And for security type, I'll select TLS. Then click Update.
Nagios XI also offers OAuth 2.0 as well, and we'll have a link to our email notification documentation in the description below.
For the next step, we recommend configuring contacts and contacts groups.
This is important because it allows you to easily determine who needs to be notified when a specific system has an issue. From the dashboards page, we can go to the settings button and select this core config manager, or we can go to the top right and use the search tool. We can type in contacts. And as you can see here, CCM is a core config manager, so we'll click contacts. We got a bunch of random contact names in here. I'm going to add in just a couple more. These ones are fake names. We will add in Don. We'll add in one more user as well. We'll just name them Josh. Now that we have those two users in, you'll see them here in the contacts page. We're now going to add these two users into some contact groups. So again, I'm going to use this search tool at the top right. I'm now going to search for contact groups right here. And I'm going to create a new group. This group we're going to call the network team. On the right, we need to assign who is going to be a part of our network team. I'm going to add in Don. We'll add selected, hit close, and we'll click save. And then we will need to apply the configuration once we are done. Now that we got our contact groups created, we're going to now navigate towards the wizard menu so that we can configure a host. Here's our configuration wizards page.
Just by looking at this page, you can see that XI has the ability to monitor a multitude of items, but we're only going to cover a few in this video. Check out our YouTube channel to see other videos on these various wizards.
Thanks, Vadim. The only thing that we're going to be monitoring today is going to be generic network device. We're going to just monitor a firewall so that we can take advantage of the network team contact group we just created. Using the search tool at the top, we're going to type in generic network device, click on the wizard, and we're going to enter in the IP of a test firewall that we have in the environment here. For the host name, we're going to want to make sure that the host name is clear and concise so that when the device goes down, we can quickly identify what it is so we can get it back online. Since this is a generic network device, we only get ping as our service, so we'll click next. Next, we have the monitoring settings. This is how often XI is able to collect data. What this means is every 5 minutes, XI is going to reach out to the device. If the device is down, we're going to enter this recheck interval here. It's going to recheck the device every minute for 5 times before it sends out a notification for us. If this is a mission critical device, we recommend that you knock this top 5 down to a 2 and this other 5 here down to a 2 as well. We do not recommend doing a 1 and 1 here at the bottom. This will increase your chances at a false positive. We highly recommend 2 as your lowest.
Now that Brandon has put the firewall in, we can see where the importance of contact groups comes into play. The firewall that Brandon put in should be assigned to a network team since this is a network device. We will select the contact group that we previously created. It's going to be the network team. After we have selected that contact group or any other individual contacts, we want to finish with defaults. This will complete the wizard and we can successfully now monitor it. Now I'm going to transition into a few enterprise features that are in XI that folks should take full advantage of.
I agree, and I think the first thing that we need to discuss is capacity planning. This is one of the tools that can be found the most useful. It allows you to visualize past data that XI collected and can be used to predict future behavior.
So back on the home page, we will go to reports on the left side. Then under available reports, we'll find capacity planning. Here we have a bunch of hosts and services that we could see that XI is monitoring. On the top search menu, we will type in current load. This will show us the current load for all hosts, and as we can see here, we have a local host with the current load for 1, 5, and 15. You could highlight any part of the graph to enlarge to view specific time regions. Instead of dates, you can look at hours. We also have the observed that XI has recorded, the predicted, where XI will predict the usage to be, and we can see a fit line that is in green, where XI predicts the usage will go during that time frame. Next, we'll move on to root partition. Here, once we searched for it, we can see that the local host has one root partition. If we wanted to change the time frame, you want to click the gear to change report options. We can change the period from 1 week to 6 months, then click apply and run. Here we could see the usage slowly going up over time, and the observed showing us a steady increase, and the predicted showing us that we'll have a higher amount by April next year.
And that wraps up today's video, folks. We hope you found this information useful.
If you have additional questions, visit our community forum or visit support.nagios.com for additional documentation.
Also, don't forget to stop by the YouTube channel for more great content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.